Where's our doggy?
Ignore the fact we have 2 couches right now.
Hello? Here she comes. Here she comes. What's happening?
I'm overheated.
Boba's overheated?
No, Boba can walk though.
Hello. We are working on a Keroppi fan art. I did a lot of admin stuff yesterday. I was working on writing the sketchbook tour for my patrons, and I scheduled out the August goodie bag reveal and the August content plan. And then I started working on a little fan art. I've been doing a Keroppi fan art. I'm not totally sure I like how it's turning out. Let me show you what it looks like right now. It's so bright. This is how it looks right now. I'm not 100% sure I love it. I think I'm not really used to doing these colors, and I'm also not really used to doing outdoor landscape stuff. So this is like kind of stressing me out a little, which is why I didn't film any of the drawing coloring process, but I think I will film me finishing up this drawing today. And then also we need to pack up the July Patreon goodies. I think the July Patreon goodies turn out really cute. I need to make a reel for it because I have been really bad about doing my reels and stuff for social media. But I want to show you the July Patreon goodie bags, and then I will actually, I'll show you both. Hold on. Okay, I'm actually really proud of both the July and the August goodie bags. This is how the print turned out. This is based off of like all of the fruit stands that you can see in New York City, and also the fruit stands that I used to go to when I lived in Shanghai. So this is kind of inspired by that. And I imagined that this little Siamese kitty and this Shiba Inu puppy, they are a little old farmers couple, and they tend to their little fruit farm on the weekdays, and on the weekends they come to the farmers market to sell their wares, their little fruits. And I think that they must have the freshest, most juiciest fruits, because they're just a little dog and a cat, and they're like, they're just here to have a good time. And they have a little friend, a little bunny friend that they like to give samples to, because they're too kind. Okay, but I really like how this turned out. I think it's really cute. It like it feels like summer to me, even though I don't like summer. This feels like the best part of summer, which is all the fruit. So I really like how this turned out. And then this is the sticker sheet. I just drew a bunch of fruits that I really feel nostalgic for. And then I also made a little fruit, like produce sticker. It just says cute fruits, I think. It says cutie fruities. But I think this turned out really cute too. And then the single sticker is my favorite. I had this idea when I was walking Boba. Because I've been really obsessed with looking at golden dachshunds on Instagram reels. I've been so obsessed because they look like miniature bobas. They look like miniature versions of my dog. And I was like, oh, it's like kind of like people always say that dachshunds are like hot dogs. And then I was like, you know what is also hot dog shaped? Bananas. And then I drew this. And I thought that I was kind of a genius for coming up with this. I'm not gonna lie, I thought this was so funny. And I hope you guys think it's funny too. And then for my August Patreon goodie bags, which will be available by the time this video comes out, so if you want these, you should go and check them out on my Patreon. I did a bird theme. I've not really drawn a lot of birds in my kind of Patreon life, but the patrons voted for birds, and I've also really wanted to draw some birds. I love birds. I love bird watching, kind of. I'm not really a bird watcher because I have a dog who scares away all the birds. But I do like noticing all of the native birds that are in our area, and I like pointing them out and being like, oh my god, that's a blue jay. Oh my god, that's like a cardinal and stuff. So anyway, this one's inspired by bluebirds and also by blueberries. I think it's very funny that they kind of blend in together. And in the summer, I used to really like going fruit picking. As a kid, my parents used to take me a lot. We did cherry picking, we did strawberry picking, we did, when I was living in China, my grandparents are native, like where they live, is also where yum berries grow, which no one has heard of in this country, but yum berries are also, I think, Chinese gooseberries or something. They're very unique fruits, and I used to love going to pick them anyway, and this is kind of what inspired that, just picking fruits and little birds. And then I had a really fun time looking at the Audubon website, which has like a kind of a photo catalog and descriptor thing of all the native birds that you can find in North America, and I just had a really good time looking through them and drawing whichever ones kind of fit, kind of made me want to, all the cute ones. I just drew all the cute ones. And I really wanted to draw a titmouse, which is this little guy. I love whatever. I love these birds. They're so cute. They're so freaking cute. So I drew one. And then I also really like this guy. He's very sassy. And then the single sticker is this little branch of lovebirds. I think this turned out really cute as well. And I don't know if you can tell, but I did kind of try to tangentially do pride colors. So this is obviously kind of more rainbowy, and this is supposed to be a little bit more kind of trans vibes. Not quite pink enough, but I did try to do, whenever there's like a rainbow situation, I try to make it kind of a little bit pride. Anyway, I've yapped on long enough. We're gonna start working on the Keroppi fan art, or we're gonna finish it, and then we're gonna pack the July goodie bags. And I think that's the plan for today. And then I'm hoping that I will have time for the rest of this week to do a little crochet project. And I also probably should start working on a baby quilt that I'm making for a friend who is having a baby. I don't know if I'm going to have time this week to do it, but I am also running out of time to do it, so I probably should make time. All right, let's get to work. Sit. Down. Baba. Down. Up. Yes, good girl.
You have a good breakfast, Poopa?
Baba, let's go. You can bring your stick. Hello, it's voiceover Cece here. I had a couple of orders to pack before closing my shop, and I just want to thank you so much if you are still supporting my shop, especially on off months when I don't have a shop update. It really means the world to me, and it's really exciting that people still remember that I have a shop because everything is obviously driven through my social media and stuff. I've actually been thinking a lot recently about maybe reopening an Etsy shop. It would open the door to being able to do more international orders. Not to the EU, unfortunately, but I would be able to ship to the UK again if I had an Etsy shop. And I also would maybe, if I played the SEO game, which I don't enjoy doing, would be able to have more consistent shop traffic. I'm not sure. I've been thinking about it a lot though, because social media has been really rough recently with driving traffic to my shop because of just the way the algorithms have been changing over the years. And since this is my full-time job and something that I rely on to survive, I do have to think about this kind of thing. But yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. But in the meantime, a big, huge thank you if you shop in my shop at any point in time, but especially during the off months. I really appreciate it so much. It means the world. And it means that I get to take a walk to the post office and get some really tasty bagels and egg salad because that's next to the post office. That's my little treat every time I get to go to the post office. So thank you so much. After I packed up some orders, I did work on a quilt. So I'm gonna let that video footage play and I will chat with you very soon. Hi, Boo.
I forgot to feed my dog. Oopsies.
It's true. Cheers to me. So, you know how sometimes things you have a list of things to do and it feels really big and it feels really overwhelming and then you kind of feel a little bit paralyzed with all of the things you need to do. That's kind of how I felt like all week. I've been feeling a little bit overwhelmed, a little bit stressed. I've been trying my best to just like kind of work through my to-do list. And then at one point at the end of the week, I started feeling like I had so many things to do, but I didn't know what to start, what to work on. In general, I am a little bit tired. A little bit stressed. It's also been really hot, and I'm not a summer girl. I don't really like it when it's very hot out. The only good thing about the summer is boba. The only good thing about the summer is the fruit. The fruit is really good. It's in season right now. Everything else kind of sucks. It's been really hot and humid and just nasty out, and that makes me more unmotivated. It's like seasonal affective, I think, a little bit, but for the summer and not for the winter. So in general, I've been trying to like take care of myself while also getting stuff done. I did get a lot of stuff done, but I didn't film a lot of it, unfortunately. So like on Wednesday, I packed all of my goodie bags, which I did film. And then on Thursday, I was editing my new sunny day vlog, in case you haven't seen that yet. And then in the afternoon, I was trying to figure out my Otakon setup. So I did like a whole little diagram thing, trying to figure it out, and then I like wasn't sure if it was gonna work, so then I had to test it like in halves, because it's like gonna be a 2-table setup and I don't have 2 tables. But I spent a lot of time trying to figure that out. Boba, why are you panting so hard? Are you also stressed? Do you have something to say? And then on Friday, what did I do on Friday? I finished my vlog. I finished my sunny day vlog, and then I cooked food. And then I decided that one of the things I was kind of stressed about was making the baby quilt for my friend. If you're watching, I'm really sorry for the spoiler. But anyway, I decided one of the things I was kind of stressed about was whether or not I was going to be able to finish the baby quilt in time, because my sister's visiting next week, and I don't really want to do a lot of work or sewing or anything while Hera is here. So I ended up deciding to just piece the quilt top together, and I don't know what I was stressed about. Once I started working on it, it was actually really nice to only focus on the sewing and to like kind of turn my brain off and just focus on sewing little straight lines and ironing things. I really enjoy piecing quilt tops. I find it very fun. I also enjoy the quilting part of making a quilt. The thing that I don't enjoy is making the quilt sandwich, which is like the top, the batting, and then the backing. That part, I get really stressed out. But I think this one will be fine because it's such a small quilt. It's a baby quilt. And I'm planning on machine quilting, I think. Even though, because it's like probably going to get a lot of wear and tear. It's going to get a lot of use, you know, because it's for a baby. So I want it to be machine quilted, I think. But I also am not very good at machine quilting because I've only done it once. I did it to make my little dog a quilt. My dog. But yeah. And then I had a really good time hanging out with my friends for a little bit before my sister got in. So that's kind of the vlog. I'm going to end it here. Thank you so much for watching. It was kind of like a chill, not doing a lot vlog, I think. I'm sorry I didn't like do a very good job filming. But if you are in the DC area when this vlog comes out, I am at Otakon. So come say hi. My table is D106. I'm like right at the entrance. So hopefully that means a good time for me. And then in 2 weeks, I will be at Anime NYC in the exhibitor section. I'll be near like the food area. My table is 2827, I think. So come say hi. Just wander. Javits is big. Just wander until you find me. And then my shop is currently closed, but I will be doing a shop update in September when everything is here. My calendar sample arrived. Oh, this is another thing I've been stressed about. My calendar sample arrived. It looks fantastic. My calendar sample looks so good. I am thrilled. However, Fireball currently, my calendar printer is not sure if they can come, if they'll be done in time for them to arrive here before I leave for DC. And so right now the potential workaround is that I'm going to have them send it to DC and then I have to lug 200 calendars back to New York with me, which is going to be so heavy. So I'm kind of hoping that's not what's going to happen, but I'm stressed, guys. I'm stressed. Anyway, I hope this was still a fun vlog. I'm really sorry. I feel like I just like vomited a lot of stress to you guys, and I hope that doesn't make you stressed. I just feel like we're, you know, chatting, and this is what I would tell my friends, so that's what I'm telling you. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to check out my Patreon. I accidentally ordered double of all of the prints for July and August, so I have so many, so please consider checking out my Patreon. Thank you again so much for hanging out with me. My next video will come out next week. It's gonna be my Otakon vlog. I hope it's a good time. I love you all so much. I'll see you next week. Okay? Bye, friends.